got COVID-19. She can hardly breathe. I told her she should stay back 6 feet. I'm not the one. Wear a mask, spreading germs all around.
I want to thank you looters and rioters for one thing. You're going to tell us if the coronavirus was real or not in about 2 weeks. Thank you for being the greatest guinea pigs ever, you freaking morons.
All you Rona freaks out here scared to pump your gas, wearing your gloves and all this bull crap. Let me show you. You just whip her out when you're done. Just put her up, rub your hands together, Rona free.
Hey, so is anybody else experiencing this now that the quarantines are kind of being lifted in states that, like, if you go to the grocery store, you're waiting in line for something and you're just surrounded by people and all you can kind of think to yourself is, I kind of hate people.
Now this is getting crazy. The fans obviously haven't been to a baseball game in a while due to COVID-19, and they are getting wild. The pitcher once again distracted, and this time the culprit is Dora the Explorer, showing her tits right in the middle of his rotation, and he's not going to like that. They're going to ask her to leave the game, channeling her inner Julia Rose. Welcome to 2020.
Okay, so is it just me, or is anybody else out there saying to themselves about 20 solid times a day, what the actual fuck is going on?
Hey Google, what is China blaming the coronavirus on?
China is blaming the coronavirus on an old bat, but Nancy Pelosi denies being involved.
So the world's in complete and total chaos, and absolutely nothing makes sense. It's all such a mess until you realize what's really going on. Until your eyes are opened, the veil is pulled back, and you see what's really happening. And then you wake up and you realize, hey, no, there was signs all the way along. And once you know, you can't go back. So here we are.
Pay attention because this is important. 23 people died last week in Chicago from COVID-related gunshot wounds. They will be voting Democrat by mail.
I got an idea. Instead of getting another $1,200 stimulus check, how about us workers get tax-free checks for the rest of the year? That way we get some benefit from this while the freeloaders sit at home and do nothing.
You couldn't go to your daughter's wedding, your son's baseball game, your favorite restaurant, your kids couldn't go to school. You missed graduations and proms and all these life experiences. But the moment there was an event or a protest that they thought was important, all their rules were out the window. Look at Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer or Pritzker in Illinois. The left is always the same. It's always the same. You will sacrifice, but they won't.
Man, the coronavirus had a strong fucking lead this year. Was up 3-0 in the finals. Nobody was fucking with the coronavirus. And then, boom, racism. Racism came out of slap damn near nowhere. Just came and fucked everything up. The coronavirus stepped aside and was like, you got it. This is your platform. My bad. 2020 is all yours. And it's worse. Bring the coronavirus back. I'm sick of the racist shit. I would rather the coronavirus back. I didn't think I would ever say no bullshit like that, but bring the virus back. Where did it go? Where the fuck?
You gotta be shitting me. They looting Petco now? Dogs' life matter, brah.
And 22 officers shot in the last week. At least 3 have been killed. 1 is on life support. Thousands of others assaulted, harassed, and demonized. You don't know their names. You wouldn't recognize their faces. And you almost certainly won't post a box or a hashtag in their honor or memory, but they are mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, husbands, and wives. They stand in the gap for you, for me, for those who hate them and don't care about their lives simply because they wear that badge. They are the thin blue line, and these are my final thoughts dedicated to them. Dave Patrick Underwood, David Dorn, and Shea Michelonis. Do their names sound familiar? Probably not, and understandably so, because they've received scant media coverage and 0 protests or riots have been ignited in their name. One is currently fighting for his life, and the other 2 have paid the ultimate price as a
Hey liberals, well just to make you guys happy, I'm guarding your beloved Starbucks, so The owner said Republicans don't do anything for you.
You want to know what the difference between a political motivated protest and a lawless bunch of fucking thugs rioting is? Remember the Richmond, Virginia protest? I was there. We had over 10,000 heavily armed fucking right-wing Trump supporters. Heavily armed. Not one fucking gum wrapper was on the ground. It was yes sir, no sir, excuse me ma'am, and not one fucking problem. If you're supporting these cocksuckers on the left, you're on the wrong side of history. And you're on the wrong side of right and wrong.
I got a message for all you Antifa fucks that are talking about raiding the white hoods and taking back what's rightfully yours. You go and do that. Me and mines are waiting on you. First, I'll send you to meet God. He'll judge your soul. And then you can tell Satan we'll be down when we're good and ready, motherfucker.
This for all you Antifa motherfuckers. You come on down here to Alabama. We gonna sit by the bonfire and drink some motherfucking beer. And listen to y'all scream while the hogs eat you alive.
And lawlessness that has spread throughout our country. We will end it now. Today, I have strongly recommended to every governor to deploy the National Guard in sufficient numbers that we dominate the streets. Mayors and governors must establish an overwhelming law enforcement presence until the violence has been quelled. If a city or state refuses to take the actions that are necessary to defend the life and property of their residents, then I will deploy the United States military and quickly solve the problem for them.